Your hair's longer. It is. It is starting to grow out. It's difficult maintaining it, or managing it rather. You have longer hair, you gotta like if I go out of the shower and I like dry my hair off, I look like Einstein, all over the place, because the hair's so long, so it's capable of getting more fucked up. It's annoying. But yeah, no, went to the UK. I got to visit with Vicky's mom and her brother, her family basically. They actually got us gifts. It was really nice. And we got to revisit her dad's grave. It was a good 2 or 3 days. Traveling sucked. Basically, I'll summarize. We went to the UK, and then we went to LA because of the Expo that we recently did. And then we met up with Ethel, Nan, Silver, and Cuco. Well, Cuco met us there, but we did a road trip to Vegas. And then we road tripped back to LA from Vegas to, turn the car rental back in, and then flew home. And I want to say, in all, the entire trip of a week and a half, with that much traveling, we spent 50% of the time, literally 50%, sleeping or traveling, or both. If you're lucky, you can sleep on a plane. So that part kind of sucked. I did not like that. But we got a lot done. 24-hour stream to recoup what was lost in Vegas. I lost $8,000. But that's between Vicky and myself. So in short, we both lost $4,000 is the way you can look at it. Would have been $10,000 total, but Vicky had a really big winning streak at the very end. So I can just summarize and walk through a bunch of stuff. So, and then after that, I kind of want to speed run every single Expo. I haven't watched any of them. I have not had good enough service to watch a stream. I've been on random bullshit Vegas Wi-Fi. It's trash. So day one, we had a layover flying to the UK. So an overseas flight, which I hate layovers, but whatever. So our flight got delayed, which is whatever, another 20 minutes. But because our first flight was delayed, our layover assumed we wouldn't make it. So they automatically booked us off the next flight. Apparently they can do that, which is fucking crazy. So we land and we're walking to the next gate, and guess what? Our layover flight was also delayed. So we're at the gate, ready to board, and I get this text or this email saying we got taken off. So I'm like, let me just go double check. Like, our plane's right here. Surely we just get on, but let me just talk with this lady and double check and make sure we're still on it. I talk with her and she says, you were automatically removed from the flight. I'm like, okay, well, put us back on then. We're here. She said, no, I can't do that. Okay. Why not? Because it's booked full. How? How is it booked full? I don't understand. You took us off 5 minutes ago as we're walking to the gate. So she says, you can go talk with the help customer desk. I look at the line. It's like 6 hours. I don't know what was going on with American Airlines that day, but everyone was pissed. And it was such a long line that it was like, it looped around the corner kind of line. Like, it literally was a 4 or 5 hour wait. So I looked at her, I was like, am I going to get any help out of that line? And she looked at me and she's like, no. I'm like, okay. And I'm not going to take it on this lady. It's not her fault that her company is trash. So then we had to go get our bag, because obviously we're not getting on the layover. So we did have to wait in that line, which was 4 hours, because we needed, well, my contacts were in there. Vicky's, everything, like, for the night, So we wait 4 hours, we get our bag, go to the hotel, immediately go to sleep. We sleep for 2 hours, then have to get up because the next flight is at 6 a.m. And it was already 2. Life is hard. Get on that flight, we fly over, we see Vicky's mom and brother. We walk around the UK, fantastic. Got to see Big Ben. Saw like a parade go on. I don't get how you guys have kings and queens over there, but you do, and that's cool, I guess, but weird. It was really surreal seeing all that shit. Was it a gay parade? I don't know. They had like trumpets and horses. It seemed more like, you know, majesty type shit. I don't know. Royalty bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. But it was cool to see. What else did we do? We were going to go into a museum, but the line was 8 hours and we were getting PTSD from the airport. So we're like, you know what? Let's not do that. So we just went and got ice cream, and it was phenomenal. Her mom's awesome. Her brother's awesome. And then we went home, and they actually got us gifts, birthday gifts. And I wanted to show you guys. These are cool. I didn't expect this. I actually like cried. It's like I didn't expect anything. But little coffee mugs with Coda and Skippy on them. Of course, we're already starting to, you know, miss the dogs. So that's one for Vicky, and here's mine. So actually so cool. I was actually drinking out of that this morning. And then we just talked, went to a buffet. They thought the buffets in UK were really good, but I guess they were 5 when they went because this buffet sucked ass. Just like the buffets. Buffets are never good. Ever. No fault of the UK. It's a buffet. They're not good. It's not in their best... I think it's not in their best interest to serve good food because it's for fat people that want to get a good deal for how much food they get. Not good food. So it's like, that's how it works. Anyways, then we had to fly to LA. That flight went a little more smooth. Actually, no, it didn't. Holy fuck. So we had to stop by home to grab some shit, and then we had to fly the next day, but that flight got fucked, so we ended up flying in the morning. So we got to stay the night here at home, flew to LA, did rehearsal. It was probably the lowest lift expo we've ever done because Avali did everything. Everything. I think I was at rehearsal for like 2 hours. They just had to make sure that we sit on the couch appropriately and then get the scene switch. It was so easy. I do think we should not have played games up there. I was really adamant that like I think it's stupid that we have 5 minutes for each section. So like cozy games, that's great. Let's just watch the trailers for 5 minutes. Playing the game for 5 minutes is fucking pointless. Even if it's like a custom demo that the devs made, it's 5 minutes. I get gameplay is great, but in this, no. Let's just watch the trailers and talk about it for 5 minutes and go next. Like that was my only thing. Everything else was great about the expo. Avali is a huge carry. I haven't even gotten to watch it, so I don't know how it went, but I was told it was great, and I could hear from upstairs at my desk that she was killing it. Same with EE, also awesome. Raid Shadow Legends, wow, love that. What else? Oh yeah, and then the expo happened. This is when we met up with Silver, Nan, and Aethel, and we went and got dinner. That was nice. And then I had to go to the mixer. They came with me, but they kind of like did their own thing. I talked with the guys from Iron Mace. I did not know we were announcing Dark and Darker was going to be free to play. And they also, I don't know who, someone told me it was going to be on Steam, but I was like, man, it's going to be on Steam too. And they're like, because Jeff Keighley's show hadn't happened yet. So like, oh, good, can't confirm, can't deny, in a very, you know, Asian accent. It's not free to play. Well, it's like, you can play for free, but you're right, it's like really limited. But regardless, it's cool as fuck. What else? I talked with them a bunch. I smoked a lot of weed. It's California. It was great. They gave me an Iron Mace hoodie. I talked with that. I don't remember his name, but he was really cool for like a good hour. I talked with Double Lift. He wants to coach me, but ironically enough, I'm not playing League anymore. Who else was at this mixer that I talked with a lot? No one you guys would care about. Businessy shit. And then Aethel, Nan, myself, Silver, and Vicky, we just smoked weed on the beach. Felt like I was 10 or 15 again. I'm 30. So we just walked on the beach and smoked weed. It was great. And then we went on a road trip to Vegas the next day. Actually, no, fuck. The next day, I got a tour at Riot Studios. And they all had to wait on me to finish my tour. I don't know what all I can say. Because, you know, you got to sign an NDA when you go. But the campus was awesome. I got to meet Christian. He is like, it was really funny. We were in this like special like George Lucas theater or something that's on their Riot campus. And a guy walks in and he's like, oh, hey, this guy worked on Arcane. And I was jumped in. I was like, hey, what'd you do on Arcane? He's like, everything. He's like the guy. He director, I guess. I don't know his last name. And I was like, oh. So I got to have lunch with him and talk and ask him anything I fucking wanted. And it was amazing. What else? John Arcane, yeah. Saw their cafeteria. That was awesome. And then we got to talk with a bunch of devs with a lot of things, and there's a lot of NDA stuff I cannot talk about, obviously. And then after that, I had to go get the car to drive to Vegas. And that was a pain, because apparently you cannot rent a car without either a credit card or your flights home, which I've never heard of that. And so we found a place that didn't require a credit card, but it required me to tell them my flight home, which I hadn't booked yet because Vicky and I were still debating if we wanted to go to Disneyland. You didn't know that? Said no credit card. I have a debit card, you know? So I went with Expedia and they turned me away. I had to get in line like 8 times to find out that they couldn't do anything. So then I went to something called like Asmos below downstairs. I find out they can't do anything, but then the lady calls some random number and says they'll pick you up in 5 minutes. I have no idea what that means. These 2 Indian guys show up and they've got like chains. Like, I thought they sold jewelry or something. They pick me up and they drive me 15 minutes to this really weird place. It's next to an Amy's, or not Amy's, an ice cream shop and like a Dillard's. I don't even know where they parked their car rentals. There was nowhere to park cars. There's no garage. I don't know where the cars came from, but I walk in, it's these 2 guys. They're younger than me, by the way, and there's a pool table. And they're like, we can get you a car. Okay. All right. Give them my debit card, fill out all the info, and they give me a big-ass Suburban. It's, at this time, 11 p.m., really late. I've been up all day. I was getting the tour at Riot, so all day I've been awake. And we need to leave now, 11 p.m. And it is a 4.5-hour drive to Vegas. I was damn near falling asleep. So, got everyone in the car. We drove, got to Vegas, straight to fucking bed. Woke up and lost all of our money for 2 days. It was 110 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so we did not leave the casino, ever. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's one of those heats where, you know when it's hot and wind is like blowing and it feels really good when that wind hits you? Like, oh, what a relief, just for a second. This air was so hot that the wind that hit you hurt. It did not feel good. It would make your eyes dry out. It felt like an hair dryer was just blowing. It felt awful. It was an angry, awful heat. It was humbling. Texas felt cold for a second. Yeah, we just lost all our money, hung out. It was great. Everyone was so fun. And then we flew home, and here I am. And that has been my past week and a half.